Hello and welcome back to Loren, the Amazon Princess, and we've got more tombs to check out. Oh, Crypt Crypt number 2. View party setup before proceeding. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I need to get some more high damage spells on these two so they can be useful when I don't need healing, but always good to keep a bunch of healers handy. Yeah, no nattering beforehand. Right, so shoot first. And okay, that's interesting. Right. Let's blast the Necromancer for everything we've got. So let's get some regeneration up. Because that regenerate spell's extremely useful. Right. Blizzard 1. Won't actually do that much damage on it. Interesting, he's obviously well defended. Ah, but Fireball will do a lot of damage. Good. Okay, let's hit him with Fireball. Balance. Okay, let's go with Fireball 2, which should hopefully kill him.
I hope this is
so close. But it was worth it for the extra damage to the back row. Alright. You. Shield Wall. Ah, that's annoying. Strike. Right. That's their entire back row's just bunched up, trying to act all defensive. So strike. Oh, bloody hell! See, this is the problem with that defensive thing. I can't do anything to get through it, or I don't know of anything that gets through it. Basic attack. Darn it. What's paralysis stat? Okay, what have you got? Table on this one there. Yeah, it's just going to be a base attack over there. Base attack. Enough with the plague vomiting. Right. Let's go with Fireball Mark 3, because given that these guys are defended, it's just going to keep hitting these two.
Actually worked.
Which is absolutely fine, because they bring... Damn it, you're paralyzed, aren't you? So you're just going to defend. But Murder can strike you for some damage. Eleanor is also paralyzed, so we've got a defensive stance. Necromancer's fallen back. Strike. One of them's fallen back. Hit him with a paralyze to take him out of the equation for a while. Okay, Loren can then strike the Shadow Man for some damage. Can strike him. Cookie can strike him. Eleanor can take him out of the equation. Do some damage. Blast him away. He's still paralyzed, so we can't do jack. So let's fry him with a magic bolt.
And make haste.
Fabulous. This is probably going to be my primary party setup, incidentally. You know, unless I find another character that I really like. Let's get some more strength points in, because her base damage attacks aren't doing enough at the moment, I don't think. So they walked deep into the resting place to Faust's brilliant breastplate, but they found only a stone altar and nothing more. What are the chances his armor was simply stolen by grave robbers? That is likely. Only dwarves be travelling these parts. What are you saying there? Well, you know, if I were a thief, a big if there, but I would totally steal a big shiny thing left unattended like this. What do you mean if you was a thief? Hey, I gave that back to you already. I apologized and everything. The elders believed that this is likely the armor was stolen by thieves, as Dora has illustrated. Yes, well, we'll see how likely it will be when all the other pieces are missing as well. Even if they were all stolen, Faust's armor is still out there, which makes his reincarnation still very possible. But wouldn't we have recognized... I'm so sorry. Give me a moment. Ha! I'm not used to doing this much talking. Right. But wouldn't we have recognized such superior armor on a commoner? None of these pieces have been spotted outside of these tombs. If they are anywhere, they are with Faust alone. I'm sorry, the elders are still not satisfied. Of course they're not. He mumbled and headed straight for the exit. Let's camp again. Sorry, I keep going to the camp. It seems to me that camping in between each of these little crypt sessions is probably a good way to get through all the available dialogue. What is your relationship with Amakuki? It is not a close one. He is well known amongst most people of the Empire. However, he and I had brokered a deal regarding the Ember Blade. However, as you may now realize, the arrangement has not gone according to plan. He is not the sword-bearer. I was not expecting him to continue his allegiance to the sword after it rejected him. That is his own doing. His combat record is unmatched, so he is a valuable ally, and the princess should be flattered to receive such an oath. Eleanor chewed her lip, seeming to be the only person who wished Amakuki had stayed in Grimoire. To be honest, he's quite useful as a tank. It's good to have someone to draw all that fire. Amakuki says nothing. Right, so he's exhausted for now. My axe is getting restless. That's fine, so we're running out of conversation options, which is okay. What did Ray say about the jail lock? That it was the incredibly easy kind. Uh-oh. I'm telling the truth. I believe you. Boo on you. Eleanor laughed, even though she knew she shouldn't. We have great tasks ahead of us, convincing the Council of the Empire and the Elders of the Forest as well. Loren sighed with exasperation. Why can't this be simple? In the Citadel, everything is simple. Everything. You are strong or you are weak. Either you know or you don't. You are worthy of honor or you are worthy of death. Simplicity is not always best. It is, when it gets in my way. Of course. May I ask a question? Yes, go on. You announced that you would give your crown to Loren very soon, and it was a decision I came to almost as soon as Loren rescued me. I only grew more sure of my decision as I saw Loren's maturity in battle. But you are still so young. Loren saved your life so you would return to your throne. Loren should have never saved me. But she did, and now the Amazons have a weakling for a queen. It is my duty to keep their interests. The Amazons need Loren as their queen, not me. You are not weak. I've seen you fight and you are very strong. My weakness lies within me, and that is the worst kind of all. Whatever you think this weakness is, it's actually the fibres of your very being. It's not a flaw worth condemning your whole life over. Our flaws are what separate us from the gods, and make us all equal. The Amazons do not have gods. We have great mothers. They are past queens. Eleanor felt her stomach clench. Karen sighed and looked away. I am sorry. Wow, she's depressed. I mean, I don't blame her. Losing a loved one is probably one of the worst things you can go through, but nothing's new with me. I apologise if this is a very inappropriate question, but why did druids not wear clothes? Fan service. The answer to that question is fan service. Oh, this is very much a belief of mine, but the clothes that you and other cultures wear, I consider them very restrictive. Clothes are like cages and often made from an animal. I do not believe such things should pertain to me. But the vegetation you wear instead, wasn't that at the cost of a plant's life? Mer smiled and held out her hand. It is me. A vine began to sprout from her palm, shocking Eleanor. Oh, wow! I had no idea. Mer giggled. That always surprises people. That's kind of cool, actually. So you are an assassin? Almost exclusively. Why did you become one? It is how I prefer to make my living. Why does anyone choose any occupation? Don't you feel remorseful for taking lives? Should I? If I was massacring innocents, yes, but I hunt down prey that deserves to be hunted. I was an mercenary in the beginning. I find my thrills that way, but it gets a bit stagnant after a while. Jobs mostly entail walking very long distances. That's what I decided to become an escort. It was not as much fun as I thought it would be. And bounty hunting was? So far, so good. It's a bit more fun when you know you're excellent at it. What does Mer think of your occupation? She's the one who encouraged it. Now she won't stop nagging me about it. She said I should help her protect the forest, but now she can't stand to hear about my assassinations. Maybe she doesn't want to know the gory details? Those are the best parts. Okay, he is reminding me very strongly of Zeverand from Dragon Age Origins. Which is okay, Zevran's an interesting character, but... right, let's try that again. Crypt number 3. Review your party settings before proceeding. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, just some goons. Oh, this will be an easy fight. Normal strike. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Oh, they are about to get annihilated. Get some regeneration up just in case we need it, but I don't honestly think we will. Particularly if Draco's up next. 120 to 138. Okay, let's hit him with a fireball on 2. Decent damage across the board. Strike. Strike. Whoa! Malaguti, do some taunting. Loren, kill that bastard. Shield wall. Healing spell. Yeah, interesting little attack that forces them to switch. Oh well, hit him with a paralyzer. For a strike. And that'll definitely kill them both, so let's do it. Fabulous. Didn't think that would be a difficult fight. Standard longsword, standard longsword. He's getting close to the next level up, but I don't think he gets another ability until about level 9, unfortunately. Because I know the cap is 30, so I've presumably got a lot of combat left to go in this game. In fact, I've got a lot of this game left to go in this game. The dust in the tomb choked each party member, but they pressed on into the darkness, hoping to find the mighty gauntlets of Faust within. Instead, they found only a giant slab of rock on display. It is as I feared. The gloves of Faust are gone. Gone? Are you sure they haven't just rolled away? Check behind the altar. Look if you must. But you'll find nothing. Alphysmo returned to the Druid Mer, leaning heavily on his staff from the exhausting trip. I am sorry, but the Elder's not yet convinced. Oh, for Pete's sake. 3 out of the 5 bits are missing. How many more of these tombs must we struggle through until they come to their senses? Mer was silent for a moment, as if the Elders were speaking. As you noticed, tomb raiding is not uncommon outside of the forest. Faust would need all of the armour to be whole again. Just one missing piece should have told them everything we already known. You'll get nowhere negotiating with elves. It's best just to do what they ask and be done with it. That's the wisest thing the old man has said since I've met him. Alphysmo ignored the jab and hobbled out of the tomb. Okay, so that was crypt number... Yeah, let's go back to the camp. You mentioned the Old War. Allow me to guess. You do not know of it. No, sir. It was a military campaign, similar to the one we are forging now. When I was a younger man, there was not as much tension between the Empire and the Elves as there is now. We were able to come together more easily, which I am sure is why Faust is trying to keep us at war with each other. It is in his interests that we be divided. I was not the Archwizard at that time, nor was I one of the few that battled. We lost many wizards in the Old War. Was it a tough battle? I cannot begin to describe its difficulty, or the costs that had to be paid to win it. You make it sound like this war on Everburn will be impossible. We know more about warfare now, and most importantly, we know a lot more about Faust. In the Old War, Faust was a much stronger foe, so he is making up for his lack of power with allies. We must crush all that support him. That is our best chance. And Ashtran? You said that you knew him from the war. He was a spirited lad, a young recruit who signed up for the war as soon as he was old enough. Friendship was about the only thing that got us through the war. It kept us in our minds, and gave us hope for the future. It doesn't seem like you stayed in contact with them. No. Times changed. We were moved to different parts of the world. Events occurred. Sometimes that is how it must be. It doesn't have to. Perhaps not. don't know why I'm constantly portraying him as a very sort of old, weary man whenever I do his voice. Because I don't know if you noticed, I sort of sigh at the beginning of each line. Amakuki says nothing. So yeah, I don't think they're getting any new dialogue in doing these Crypt missions. So I'm just working through what's already built up, which is okay. My axe is getting restless. Yep, fine. Oh, hi again. You had mentioned before that your mother was very private. Were you close to her? That is a very personal question. Yes, mistress. Loren shifted her weight and looked away. She is the queen. She was busy. Of course she would not have too much time to confide in me. I am a kin, so I must be taught to be strong. Babes who need coddling are weak. She has made me a very strong person, and I have no regrets. Eleanor could not help but catch a glimmer of sadness in Loren's eyes, but she masked it well. And you did not need a mother as well. Eleanor had not had any family since she was too young to even remember. She was but one elf, of only a handful in the citadel. Her matron was the only semblance of a mother that she could even recall. No, Mom. And it shows. You are the stronger for it. Eleanor almost bit off her tongue from speaking her mind, but Loren seemed in a tolerant mood. I don't think family ties weaken us. I believe they give us ultimate strength. Loren slowly turned to stare her down, and she blinked. For you, maybe. Not for Amazons. Her body language made it clear that the discussion was over. I can see why she believes the things she does, but... Loren told me once that you are a very private person, even with her. Is that true? Private? She had to meditate on the accusation for a moment. Does she consider me a poor mother? No, sorry, that's not what she said at all. I can see what she means. I did not nurse or entertain her, nor confide in her with my personal problems. They were mine to solve. Burdening others is a high offence. Sometimes people want to take that burden away from you because they care. Refusing them could be an even higher offence. Karen reflected on what she had said. Loren has never acted like she was interested in my affairs. In any case, she has turned out to be a much stronger Amazon than I could have hoped for. She will make an excellent queen, and I wish her daughters that follow in her footsteps. Nothing's new with me. We should really focus on tasks at hand, don't you agree? It's rather boring when I haven't killed anything in a while. So yes, I'm clearly running out of dialogue to, running out of things to say to these various people. Which is okay, because we're now up to Crypt number 4! Review your party setup before proceeding. I am perfectly happy with this setup, because as I say, this will probably be pretty much my primary party setup. You know, damage dealer, couple of healers, damage dealer, tank. Needs to be in the party, but I'm not happy at all with how I've spec'd her so far. Ah, it's an easy fight. Couple of zombies. Yeah! Double strike. Got a stinking swarm.
Farm no more.
Place mode, get some regen up. And Blizzard will do a bit of damage. I still mark with the fireball, get a bit of damage on them. Okay, Amakuki, you will taunt. Alnor, you will strike at the burn victim. So Amakuki actually gets 2 moves here, so let's shield wall. That will finish him. Strike this one. Taunt. Gets a shot off, so let's hit this one for basic attack. Loren can then strike that one for fatal damage. Hit that guy with a paralysis attack. Kill. That would definitely kill him, but it feels like a waste of perfectly good mana, particularly since it's paralysed. So let's just hit it to death. There we go.
So you can keep up next time.
So I'm never sure if I'm going to go straight into the next fight and need to have that mana handy, or if I'm... yeah, okay. Alphysmo took the point and led the group towards the empty table at the end of the tomb, where it was clear Faust's greaves had once been placed. Is it gone? Don't tell me it's gone. Unfortunately, the greaves are not here. Darn, I was really hoping Faust wasn't back and all that. We all wish that, Dora. And so do the elders. That's why they want us to be so thorough. Thank you, Ray. The elders are indeed unable to rest until it is made absolutely sure that all of the tombs are empty. We have to go find more? Really? Then let us not waste any more time in this one. Eleanor, lead the way. Yes, ma'am. Right, back to camp, but I suspect most people are out of things to say, so I'm not going to bother saying what they say unless they've got something new. You are knowledgeable about the old age. Yes. Could you tell me more about it? I could. Will you? The old wizard sighed. Oh, very well. Where should I start? The old age is the era when our world was ruled by the Death Knights. It was a world of anarchy, lawlessness, and general chaos. It was also the world of the dead. Immortal and undead creatures roamed freely. Creatures of life such as ourselves were killed, or more accurately converted. How did that happen? Was there a different world before the old age? The gods did create a world much like the one we see today, but with barbaric cultures that only barely resemble our own. Some say that a god of the realm of Inferno decided to wage war against the gods of Elysium. I do not believe this. Knowing what I do about the realms of our existence, I believe there was a fault in the realms of the dead that allowed them to escape into ours. Because the civilizations were primitive in that time, they stood no chance against such dark magic. And that is why the gods created the ancient weapons, one of which Princess Loren currently possesses. Does the world stand a chance of becoming overrun with Death Knights again? If we ignore the threat in Everburn, most definitely. It only took time for the world to be consumed by death, and we are giving Everburn plenty of it. Speaking of which, we should waste no more time speaking of history. So that's probably the end of his conversation tree for now. I'm just going to see... Perhaps I haven't... Yeah, okay. No more idle chatter, fine. He's still saying nothing. His axe is still restless. She's still saying hi. Okay. I have noticed that you and the Amazons remain neutral about most affairs. Yes, and? I find it interesting. Even when it comes to dark magic, you have no strong thoughts on it. Dark magic does not threaten the Amazons, and we are not afraid of it. Whatever morals or religions that cast certain magics out are not my concern. And the war between the Empire and the Elves? That also does not concern the Amazons. If I may ask, what might the Amazons care about? Are you joking? Our own affairs. If something directly affects my people, then I will cast an eye towards it. So you don't think the world at war affects you at all? People war with each other all the time. We all sit through it like we always have. But people are dying. Don't you care at all? Are they Amazons? Someone must be like you in the Order for you to care about them. Including me. Loren's eyes widened and stared at her. That's not what I meant. Yes, ma'am. Eleanor didn't know why she felt the need to throw that last part in, but she was relieved that she didn't deny that she could and would care about her. Does she have anything else to say at the moment? Why are Amazon princesses not allowed to leave the citadel? For the very scenario that happened. If the queen is killed in battle, her king can immediately take her place. Except my mother did not have such a noble demise. She simply disappeared, and they attempted to crown me. And you couldn't stand for it. Of course not. A strong Amazon can only die in one of two ways, by someone's blade, or by their own. Eleanor's eyes went wide, though she had heard of few ritual sacrifices in her lifetime. Be killed, or kill yourself. That is the way. I admit that I am not an Amazon, but that sounds terrible. It is honourable and masterful. We conquer death by meeting it, like warriors. I suppose I understand. You should ask whatever deity you worship to be so lucky. I've got to say, Loren seems to have a lot more to say than everybody else. Please, I need to be alone right now. Okay, so that's her. Nothing else to say. He had nothing else to say. She had nothing else. Okay. Does Loren have anything else? We should break camp soon. There is much to be done. Okay, I've now officially run out of things to talk to my party members about, which is fine. So yeah, lots of places to visit at the moment. But one more crypt, and then I think we're done with this quest. You party person. Yeah, fine. Wow, lots of them this time. Okay, Pommel Strike. I know it's not actually called Pommel Strike, but the icon is of a pommel, so I'm calling it Pommel Strike. Let's do some damage. Gizmo, I want that guy paralysed. Draco. Burn them all.
I don't like you.
I was worried he was overpowered, but I think he's just very overpowered in very early game. But he's still paralysed, so he can't do much. Okay. So close to being fatal. Alright, seems a waste to use her. My most powerful damage will kill him, so just use him. That's not good. Minor heal. The Sting Swarm seems to be very effective against these skeletons.
I'm sorry.
Okay, he is massively running out of life. So's he, so let's take him out of the equation. Steve Reich. Paralysed, I can't do much, so let's just go to defend. Necromancer is still paralysed. Draco, blast him. 2 health left. Always annoys me when enemies end up with something like 2 health left.
Let's move
But
on.
they're all gone now, so that's fine. He's only 87 away from leveling up, but I don't think they're going to get another skill point until they're about level 9, which is unfortunate. It was the tomb of Faust's enchanted boots, but no one held any delusions of finding them on their altar. When they saw that the slab of rock was completely void of anything but dust, the entire group was silent. Well, it is hard to ignore the proof right in front of us. This should be all anyone needs to show that the Archwizard has been correct all along. Think of yourselves, if we don't take everything a human says as truth, we learn from our mistakes. Don't start, you two. And now, can you still deny that Faust has risen again? All of the pieces have vanished from tombs that were sealed, shut upon our arrival. Surely this is all the elders need to see. Myr was interrupted by the reanimation of a gigantic skeleton. The dead arise! Prepare yourself! How could this be? No man or elf's bones could make a monster so large. With Faust alive, this and much more are unfortunately very possible. Argue after it is dead. Boss fight, giant skeleton. Yeah. Giant skeleton. Lovely. Oh, it hasn't even got much health. Okay, no mages or anything particularly nasty, so let's just strike. Get them across the board with stingers.
Everybody, get down!
Gizmo, let's get some regeneration going. Draco. Yeah, Fireball's not very effective, but Ice Blast's a lot more so. That should be enough. It'll definitely kill him, it'll weaken him a lot, so... He's gone to guard mode, which is fine. Although I don't really care. Hakugi, you will go to shield wall. No. Just catch over there. Hakugi taunt. Oh, so close to taking him out. That should be enough to kill him.
Surrendered when I had the chance.
Strike. Stinging Swarm.
Get down!
Paralyze the giant skeleton, but it doesn't hold, unfortunately. Fireball. Burn. Bad burn. Burn again. Paralyzed. Just defend. Oh no. Yeah, for a strike. Hakugi, you will taunt again. Can now. Stinging Swarm, I think. Is he's still defending, but that's okay because it's just letting me get off double strikes against Mr. Giant Skellington over there. That takes that guy out of the equation. Pommel strike. That takes him down, leaving him as the only one fighting, and he's gone. Fabulous. Right, seems how I'm now right at the edge of my timer once again. I will stop this video here and leap into the rest of the game in the next one. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.